So Fouseytube, if you guys don't know who he is, he began as a prankster, and he faked a lot of pranks. He invented almost like the righteous fake prank, where it was like, what was the example you gave me, Dan? Where he had one where, he's like, he stands in the street and he's yelling at people for not having like their seatbelt on or something. I don't know. Just like, he's always got to have like a moral twist on it. He kind of invented that whole thing. So anyway, he fell off. I'm pretty sure he's been having a lot of mental issues, and it seems like he's in a full-blown manic state right now. I mean, let's start here. Let's start from the top. Here. He says, with 2 million viewers, Drake is going to grace the stage of my concert. He's only got 2,000 likes. That seems like a far way off 2 million views. Anyway, he keeps saying that Drake's going to be at a show. Drake's going to be at a show. He never talked to Drake. He's never known Drake. He sells out the Greek a free show, and he says Drake's going to be there. And obviously, Drake never shows up. But basically what ensues is a lot of insanity, a lot of confusion, and a very little crowd. And him stalking Drake, which is probably the most entertaining and concerning thing to come out of this whole thing. This video pretty much sums it all up for me. Let me throw this up here for you. This video really has it all. It's got stalking. It's got a drama. Let's hear it. Quiet. Dan, can you turn it up?
Yep, got you. Do it for the people.
By the way, he's taken this clip from someone else's show and uploaded. This is a video on his channel right now. So, to put it in frame here. So this is when it gets really good. So I think he probably spent about $100,000 reserving the Greek. And I will say to his credit, I mean, I don't want to compare it to TanaCon, because what Tana did was basically sell supposedly free tickets and didn't even give on the event or refund people. His was free. So at least there's a big separation to be made there. I mean, he's not scamming people. He's just misleading people, but it's a free show. But what's really fascinating is just his clear mental decline here. Watch this.
I thought you know Drake's in LA. Hey Drake, OVO! Sometimes look like you dog. Is it working? No, I'm not, but some girls do call me champagne zombie. Some girls do call me a baby. I got a girlfriend though, so it don't matter. Sorry, ladies. The king is back. Anyway.
Is he, I mean, I can't tell if he's just like cracked out.
No.
Or if he's just on a manic rampage.
I think, it seems very manic.
Yeah.
It seems very manic. And isn't, he publicly has a history of that, does he not?
He has, yeah, he's bipolar, he said.
Right.
So, I don't know. I think people give Fousey, well, let's keep watching. Let's get the whole frame of reference here.
Great. I'm trying to find you because I want to invite you to my July 15th show tomorrow. Free at the Greek Theater. It's a concert to celebrate love after the World Cup. I need your energy, Drake. This is energy. Energy. People trying to take me everything.
Oh.
Trying to take away from an era. Whoa. Okay, sorry.
I love that he included that. I don't know who it was. I don't even know if it was a police officer. It could have just been a normal guy.
Sure, yeah.
Who's just like, fuck this idiot. Get back in your car. He goes from being like a total badass to being like, oh, I'm sorry, dude.
Sorry about that.
But he leaves it in, which I find curious. He clearly could have edited that out. He finished his statement. but he got, and I hate to say this, but he got cucked a little bit by whoever was on the street. You know what I mean? And he left that in. Find that interesting. Now, this is when it takes a really dark twist. I mean, first of all, dude, if there's a setting for any video talking to a celebrity, this is him. I mean, look at this frame. Dude, this is straight out of like a horror movie. Like, are you in my basement right now, Fousey? I mean, listen to what he says. He's got the dongles hanging out. Those dongles are not a good look for anybody, by the way. Let alone a celebrity stalker, but let's watch. Cool, you've acknowledged. Stop there. I literally look and I'm acting like a crazy person right now because I'm outside of the house you're at. Stop there, dude. You just summarized it. But he knows that it's not actually crazy, even though it is. Don't ask me how I found it. I've got ways, creepy ways. You're probably wondering, how did I find you? You're probably wondering to yourself right now, how did I find you, and do I need to call the police and get a restraining order? Do I need to have my bodyguards escort him out? You're probably wondering. Don't worry about that. Don't worry. It's interesting how he, on one hand, acknowledges all this, how creepy he's being, right? And on the other hand, fully committed.
That's why it seems so manic. It doesn't seem like he's intoxicated or like on drugs or anything. He's very clear-headed about it. It's just nuts.
Well, symptoms of manic episode. I mean, here, let's read it off. Abnormally upbeat, jumpy, or wired. Boom. Increased activity, energy, or agitation. Boom. Exaggerated sense of well-being and self-confidence. Yes. Unusually talkative, racing thoughts, distractibility. I mean, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm walking in God's purpose. My stars aligned. I never thought I'd be at the place literally where Jake is right now. Where your guy is, who I know personally.
It's extra little layer of creepy that he keeps playing that God's plan loop. This is like such a creepy stalker video of like a weird fan. If Fousey ends up killing Drake, I'll be like 10% surprised. God's plan, baby. You might be thinking to yourself, he's like over him. Drake's sleeping in his bed. Fousey's like hovering over him. You might think this is a little strange, Drake. But this is God's plan for me to murder you right now. In fact, if you look down, you'll notice there's already a knife in your stomach. You know what he does? Meanwhile, he's got on his phone God's plan looping.
Yeah.
God's plan.
A little bit psycho in there.
God's plan. Damn. Fousey's gonna come down to earth and like I don't know how long manic episodes last, but he's gonna be like, oh, I don't know. Fousey's an interesting guy. Like, I don't know if I feel bad for him in a way, because it's like it's such a strange situation with him because he has a fan base. Like when you're having a manic episode and having delusions of grandeur. The fact that he actually has a fan base and people encouraging him, right? That makes it all so much more fucked up.
So much worse.
It just enables his delusions.
Yep.
It's crazy.
I wasn't scared to send him a message to say, I want to speak to you, man. I have a message. I'm on a mission. I just need 30 seconds of your time, and I promise you.
Can you imagine Fousey having a 30-second conversation? This never happened.
It's going to change the world. I promise to have more I love you.
I promise that this event is going to be huge, but I need you for it to be huge. It's like, yeah, fucking obviously. He doesn't need you, though, unfortunately.
Only goes one way.
I'm like, listen, guys, I'm putting on the hugest show of the year. All I need is Tupac and Biggie to return from the grave and co-host it with me. And it's going to be the biggest concert ever put on. Sick,
title card.
Sick hype, bro. How long did it take you to make that in Premiere? Oh, hey, now my video can get copyrighted.
That's a good
Thanks.
point. Shit.
You just fucked me up.
Thanks, Fousey.
Thanks, Fousey. You're fucking all of our monetization up now. Now I got beef with you. Where's my mouse? So he uploaded on his channel. I mean, it's still up of him literally. This always trips me out when I can see myself. It's still up of him publicly stalking a celebrity on his channel, which just shows you how unaware he is of how strange his behavior is. So that's kind of where it began.
He's now withdrawn from the internet, right?
I don't know.
He's retreated back into his cave.
Yeah, I don't know. He posted a diss track on Rice Gum, which I find strange. Like, clearly acting's not working out for you, dog. That was a pretty corny read. Clearly acting not working out for me. I feel like I just acted that out better than him when I was trying to act bad.
Yo, Khaled, acting is not working out for me.
Can I?
Maybe. Absolutely not. Don't play yourself.
Damn, that was really Khaled on the phone.
Wow.
Crazy. So anyway, it's really just another YouTube hip hop video. You guys have seen 1,000 of these rap video. But what I found fascinating about this was the vision board. Here, let me play it for a second, just so you can kind of put into perspective what he hoped for this song. It's a Rice Gum diss track. So anyway, you get the idea. I mean, you really get the idea. That's all you need to see. So his vision for this Rice Gum diss track is #1 song on Billboard Hot 100. Can you imagine the country banking to a Rice Gum diss track? 350 million views in under 3 months. In what fucking planet? It's a Rice Gum diss track, bro. Like, if you wanted to actually make an accessible song, why would you just write it about anything else? Club banger. On radio in the entire world at least once a day. Manifest your dreams just as I did. Man, I swear to God, I feel like I'm entering the mind of madness reading this. Help each other achieve each other's dream. Kill your ego. Oof, you got a long way to go there, buddy. So, I don't know. I thought that was pretty cute, pretty interesting. Well, guys, I mean, we can get it there. We got to get this on top Billboard #1. I'm sure it's really close.
It's climbing. It's climbing fast.
God, I really need Hila back. I need Hila back, dude. Next week.
Next week,
baby. Wednesday. No fucking underwear. I always joke about people getting shit stains. I'm like, who gets shit stains? I'm in pants with shit and piss inside of it. I'll show you if you don't believe me. There's little shit streaks. I've got schmegma building up on my penis. I don't even have foreskin. Hila changes my diaper and cleans my dick. I'm telling you, Hila, please come back. Where was I? Event, yada, yada, yada. He holds the event at the Greek, a free show. How many seats does the Greek have? Like 10,000? What the fuck is this?
No, not quite.
What is this video? Okay, whatever.
Greek holds, I believe, around 6,000 or 7,000.
Okay, pretty big show. So this is my favorite thing. So this is the show. It's happening. Fousey hasn't even showed up, but this is the fucking crowd. I mean, what is that? Like 20 people there at the stage?
Yeah.
And this DJ, man, God bless his soul. Crushing it, huh? Look at the employees. They're like, what is this? Like, these guys are used to, like, ushering, like, huge sold-out
Packed
events.
house, yeah.
What the fuck is this? I swear to God, Fousey must... I mean, getting the Greek... We were going to spend $25,000 just to rent out the Ace, which is a 2,000-seat theater.
Right.
That was $25,000. This, on all this shit, I'd say at least $100,000 he spent on this.
Yeah, and I mean the Greek it's an iconic venue. It's very very much in demand.
Yeah.
It's not cheap.
Well,
On a weekend too.
oh yeah, on a weekend. Damn.
Yeah, that's a pretty penny right there.
He's trying to hype up the crowd. Well, I don't know, man. Your mixing doesn't sound that good. I love that even the DJ's in on this delusion. What if Drake just walked on stage right now to the 100 of you huddled around the stage?
He'd be so mad.
No, dude, it's because you, not Drake. Killing it. Crushing it. Damn, that is a cold crowd, my dudes. Okay.
Jesus Christ.
So that's the vibe there. There's basically nobody there. And then someone calls it, because he's live streaming it. It's got like 60,000 views. He said he was going to get 2 million. Drake was going to come out. There's like 1,000 people there, 60,000 people watching online. That's kind of a lot, to be honest. But I think most people are watching just for the beautiful train wreck that they knew it was going to be. And somebody called a bomb threat, which is just like
cherry on top.
I mean, it's like, I'm not surprised. There are conspiracy theories, and I have to say they're compelling because you always have to ask yourself, who benefits the most from this crime? Bomb threats called could totally be anyone on the internet. I mean, that's a juicy meme. But if Fousey called the bomb threat, he wasn't at the venue yet. He was waiting to see how big it got. If Drake would just, I don't know what he thinks happened if like Drake would just like materialize. He's like, 2 million, I'm here. But if he called it in himself, I wonder if he was able to get a refund to be like, oh man, the show never happened. Or, oh, I don't have to be embarrassed because Drake never showed up. You know what I'm saying? He kind of benefited the most from that bomb threat, which is why it's a compelling conspiracy theory. And I'm not saying that. How dare you say? I would never say or implicate or say make any statement like that. There's an opinion. You know what I'm saying? There's a thought experiment. I'm merely asking questions. I've been through enough lawsuits. One, by the way, and that's plenty.
That's plenty. There is some sense in it, you know?
I mean, he did, frankly, I can see him benefiting from that bomb threat. But
like you said, I mean, you know, people get swatted all the time.
Dude,
totally could be somebody else. Just
easily.
Yep.
Easily. Whoever it was, by the way, fuck that person, and I hope they get caught. If it does end up being Fousey, wouldn't that be like the greatest twist to this epic saga ever? Am I explaining this? Are people understanding? Is this making sense? Who gives a fuck? It's also stupid. There's just another thing of like YouTube has just devolved into such. Like, why is he famous? You know what I mean? Like, YouTube has turned into this like engine for creating fame for people who should never had even a taste of fame. The most Fousey should have ever been famous for is stalking Drake. Like, there's so many people. And when you give fame and like, because fame, it has a lot of power and frankly a lot of responsibility that comes with it. And when you give it to somebody like that and many others on YouTube, it's like you're giving a bazooka to a monkey. Fousey should not be famous, man. So many other people. The Cons, Tana should not be famous. My God. Tana should be working at Wendy's. Specifically Wendy's. She doesn't. The other fast foods, for some reason, don't ring true to me. She should be serving up Wendy's. And yet, here she is. You know? Well, she might be serving up burgers in prison pretty soon. Somebody's got to cook them. You think they get burgers in prison? Maybe.
I think they probably do.
That's pretty dope. Prison doesn't sound that bad
Shit,
after all.
sounds nice.
But I don't know. This is why I'm like, I feel like I don't like, I love the podcast because I really feel like we're doing our own thing, but I just feel like YouTuber is becoming, and YouTube itself is just like, what is this? It's like always the same shit. Like, this is fucking stupid. Why am I even talking about this? I got to finish the story though.
It's a reality show, you know? It's the same
I guess
strain,
you're right.
But it's almost, I mean, maybe it's not worse. I don't know.
I guess you're right. It is.
It's the same impulse.
But people look at Kim Kardashian. I mean, I guess a lot of people look to them as role models. I guess it's the same kind of thing. I don't know. Not that I know. So then basically the bomb threat shuts this whole bitch down. And he shows up, gets on a car of his Uber driver, who was fired, by the way, after this. So good. He's like, I'll give you, he said, this is in the video, but I'm not going to bother showing it to you. Because it's like, come on, give me a fucking break. But he says, I'll give you $50,000 if you let me stand on your car and deliver a monologue to everybody. And he's like, okay, you know. So he goes on the car, he makes him hit a blunt. He gets fired, obviously. And then Fousey's sharing their text messages of the Uber driver being like, dude, I got fired. I really need this job. I need the money. And he's like, talk to my accountant. My accountant's going to hook you up. Whatever. I can't tell if that's flab or six-pack. He's got it rolled up, though.
Why does he have it rolled up? What is...
And you're already wearing a wife beater. It's the most breathable shirt you can possibly wear. So it's like...
It makes it look like he's wearing a sports bra.
It does. He's got some nice titties, boy. He does some support, right? I can't tell if it's flab or it's muscle, but he's rolled up. Just take it off. I mean, take off the fucking shirt.
At that point, you've gone 70% of the way.
Training bra. You've got a training bra on for some luscious breasts you've been growing. It sounds weird to say training bra and luscious breasts next to each other. You know what I mean? It's like 10 years apart. Let's move on.
I love that line.
It's really not a great insult. Heating up my breakfast. You're heating up your breakfast. Well, anyway, let's watch this shit. Don't want to drag this out too much. By the way, his event is called like Hate Dies, Love Wins or whatever. Arrives.
Yeah.
And he just gets on this car and he's fucking talking shit to everybody. Fuck you.
Well, to be fair, there's a lot of love sprinkled in there, seemingly at random too.
A little love, a little hate.
No,
he should call his event a little love, a little hate. That would have been accurate. I would have accepted that.
That is a more accurate description.
I'm going to throw a convention called a little love, a little hate. It's a balanced meal. Anyway, this is an image of a man on the verge of a complete. You know what this reminds me of? You remember the Coney guy?
Oh, yeah.
The Coney guy, he became the biggest meme on the internet.
Right.
And then he was jerking off at the corner, some corner in San Diego.
Mm-hmm.
He was like the most important guy. And then he was jerking off in public. Fousey is a couple stressful days away from full-blown masturbating in public. I mean, I wouldn't be at all surprised if he whipped out his dick right now on that car.
He's just sharing the love, dude.
Now that's what I call love arriving. Give me 3 seconds. My love's about to arrive, baby. Anyway, you get the fucking idea. Who gives a shit? Yeah. Anyway, really for me, he's having a mental break. There's really no question about it.
Definitely.
I mean, he is bipolar, and he said that. So the dude needs help. He needs intervention, man. He needs someone who loves him and cares about him to step in and be like, dude, let's wrap this up before you get your dick out in public. Because there's no going back once you go that far.
Absolutely. Yeah, at the top of this week when we heard about all of this and I started investigating it, I was laughing my ass off. I thought it was hilarious. And the more I watched, the laughter was fading. I was like, oh, this is actually kind of sad.
This event is called the laughter dies and the concern arrives.